What's up, everyone? Welcome into More Important Issues. Previewing Missouri tonight. It's usually a night game in Columbia, but
And
Tennessee
cold.
and really cold. But it's not that cold, and it's going to be a noon game, just like it's been kind of all season.
I've never been to Missouri. Could it snow in September or October? Sorry, October. Could it snow in October in Missouri?
It might.
I have no idea.
But yeah, what's really weird is that the Thursday night game, if it was actually on Saturday, it would have also been a noon game. So Tennessee's just full of noon games right now. Tell us where you're listening from. Thanks for listening in. We're going to do our intro real quick and then get this thing going.
Balls are back.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back to Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, September 30th. We have made it to October. October's really football season, and that's when the Vols start to play. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. That's fact. It's not fiction. We'll get into it being a must-win. I do hope the Vols bring it this October. It would definitely make up for some previous Octobers, that's for sure. The good news is these next two games are very, very winnable games, and not only winnable, must-wins, some may say. I know for a lot of people who had the ceiling for this team higher, it is a must-win. I mean, that's definitely for sure. I like the Vols' chances in Columbia, though. I do. Undecided whether a noon game helps or hurts you, that's for sure. But, I like the Vols going into Columbia and knocking off Missouri. They've got to fix some things. But I feel like their biggest things they need to fix, this team gives you the ability to do that, I think.
Yeah, I'm just not sold on I know we kind of gave Bazelak that coming out party, but I'm just not super sold on him ripping us apart. Now, he could do exactly that Saturday, but I'm just not sold on that, and their defense is absolutely atrocious. So I'm kind of with you. I kind of like our chances. I'm not going to put my money where my mouth is, but I do like Tennessee's chances to come away with the win. I think to do that, though, they're going to have to clean up some penalties. Also, I think Hendon Hooker has to be their starter. If he's not able to go on Saturday, I think Tennessee's chances go down drastically.
I would agree that Tennessee's chances definitely go down. I will say, I mean, if Joe Milton hits on the deep ball, is he your starter? I mean, so if he gets that fixed, well, I guess that's my first question. Is he your starter if he hits the deep ball? Can't hit on the deep ball. I'm not talking just one deep ball.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think?
I mean, maybe, but with the drops and everything, I think you need another, something that gets this offense going. And I don't think it's him with his legs. And then obviously the offensive line isn't doing the quarterbacks any favors either. So with that being said, I think Hendon Hooker's ability to make plays with his legs gives him the upper hand, in my opinion.
It definitely gives you another dimension. And I don't think you can disagree with that.
I would like to see Joe Milton hit on some deep balls.
It would make things better. I agree. It would make them more fun. That's for sure. I don't know if that, I agree that Hendon Hooker gives you a completely, Not that Joe Milton can't run, but Hooker's much more of a dynamic runner than Joe Milton, in my opinion. So I think I agree with that it gives you another sentiment. The thing is, too, though, well, I guess he technically went out with an injury. He wasn't replaced. But if Hooker does hit on a few of those deep balls in Bowling Green and Pitt, he probably comes back in the moment he's healthy. So he's probably still your starter. Mm-hmm. Is that enough to get him the job back? I have no idea. Right. But the quarterback competition is still, I think, it's still very much alive in the sense that Joe Milton's just a few plays away from being your starter. But yeah, if Hooker's, if Hooker's 80%, yes.
I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities this year, especially the way, Hooker's dealt with some injuries, been out of a few games. So yeah, he's got to be right there. And I think with him being ready, I think Harrison Bailey also has to be ready because you just don't know when your time's going to be called. And I don't think Tennessee's got a good enough quarterback play up to this point to solidify that, hey, he's our guy going forward. I think it is Hendon Hooker because I think he gives you the best chance, but he's not like head and shoulders better than anybody else.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too. I mentioned like Tennessee has a chance to fix some things in this game. You mentioned first penalties. Well, you better get that fixed sooner rather than later. I think another thing that Tennessee to be successful, not only Saturday, but the rest of the season. And this is an obvious one. Got to fix your third down conversion rate. Well, let me present you with this wonderful opportunity, Josh Heupel. You're playing one of the worst third down defenses in the country this week. So and one of the worst rushing defenses. Well, just one of the worst defenses in the country.
You shouldn't worry about getting third and long against this Missouri team.
I think that's like if you really, because I think another thing for Tennessee to be successful in this game is control. I don't know if controlling. Obviously you want to control possession. If you control possession, you probably win. So I don't know but just keeping the ball longer is obviously a positive. So getting yourself in short third down situations by utilizing the run game is big, and then converting those third downs. If you leave this game, what was it, 3 of 11 last week? Mm-hmm. 3 of 11, something's wrong. Operator, please, something's wrong.
Yeah, they're the second worst rushing defense in the country, only to Ohio. And it's not like they've played just a freaking juggernaut. Mm-hmm. They have played Kentucky. Who else have they played? Central Michigan.
And Boston
College
last week.
SEMO.
In overtime.
And if you look at the scores, everybody's put up points. Even Southeast Missouri put up 28 points against this Missouri team. So Central Michigan also put up 24 points. I think there's points to be had in this game. I think Tennessee has to, like you said, convert on third down. I think they got to get third and short to do that. I want to see a lot of Tyon Evans, a lot of Jabari Small. Even if Hendon Hooker is a little banged up, I think with those two, you should be just fine running the football.
No, I agree. You should have no issues with production as far as run game goes. You mentioned, again, third down and short. I would be curious to see how many of those 7, 8 third downs that Tennessee failed to convert against Florida. I'd be interested to know exactly what the down and distance was for each, because I'm going to guess they're probably over 5 yards. They haven't had trouble getting guys into space, and that's the thing. And I don't want to look back on that fourth down play, but they've had chances to convert third, fourth, and short, whatever. Fourth down conversion rate's pretty good, isn't it? I don't know if that's a thing you should be cheering for, though, that you've had enough fourth downs for your fourth down conversion rate to be good through 4 games.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fours, by the way.
Yeah, you don't want to get on fourth down. That puts the pressure on. You saw that this past week with Jimmy Callaway. The ball just goes right through his hands. So yeah, you want to dominate the third downs. Stay on the field. I think defense got to get off the field. They score 38 points per game. Bazelak's thrown for 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. I think how many interceptions? Does he have 1 interception?
He has 3.
3 interceptions. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, let's get some picks. I think if Tennessee is gonna win this game pretty handedly, it's that they found a pass rush, because getting home one time last week was less than ideal. It seemed like Emory Jones had all the time in the world, and if he didn't, he was running for it. They do a good job of running. I think Beatty has like 417 yards. But last week it was kind of misleading because it was all Emory Jones. He had 150 yards himself. Bazelak is just not the athlete that Emory Jones is by any means.
Not at all. And that's, you talked about last week was a little deceiving because a lot of that is your failure to be effective in the pass rush. You're letting guys escape the pocket. So yeah, I guess that is when you're comparing teams and the strengths. You're talking about Tennessee being able to be pretty strong in the run defense. Now, the thing about how Missouri uses Beatty is he's a very dynamic player. They're not just going to hand the ball off to him in the backfield. They're going to move him around. They're going to try to get him the ball out in space a lot. So that's one dynamic that'll make it challenging on Tennessee for sure. Now, going back into, I think our defensive backs have played pretty good in run support. Well, that's good when you talk about getting guys into space. So I do think regardless of how they use Beatty, I still like the matchup that Tennessee's defense presents for Missouri. But Connor Bazelak, is he an all-world, even all-SEC guy? Probably not. But he's going to be, he's going to present plenty of challenges for Tennessee's defense. He can make the throws.
Yeah, and he's efficient. I think they're perfect in the red zone this season so far. So, yeah, he's taking care of the football and just made all the right throws. Yeah, he does give it to Tyler Beatty. And if you shut down Tyler Beatty, I feel like you shut down a huge part of this offense because
if you know how to shut down Tyler Beatty, you can make a lot of money coaching defense in the SEC.
Right. Because he does lead the team in receptions, also receiving touchdowns with 3. I think they've thrown 7 different players have got a touchdown pass from Bazelak, so they spread the wealth. Kiki Chisholm is their kind of go-to target. He's 6'5". He's like a tight end body that can run a little bit. So there's no one person in the receiving core. Maybe Missouri is saying the same thing about us. That can really give Tennessee a lot of fits, except for Tyler Beatty, and just got to keep tabs on him at all times.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing for this team, and it's Tyler Beatty this week. The coaches have pretty much flat out said that in the press conferences.
I just really want to beat Eli Drinkwitz. I just don't like his face.
I like sweaters because it's like kind of in an ironic way.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the Diet Coke. It seems just like he's trying too hard to be a football coach.
I was about to say Diet Coke is like a very I've been coaching football for a long time move.
Yeah, but I feel like he's
my
not
doctor
a Diet
said
Coke. He's just drinking it because like everybody else does it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like he was like, yeah, the doctor told me I had to either give up coaching or Coke. Mm-hmm. So I picked up Diet Coke.
Yeah,
he's like, I've got some heart issues. Mm-hmm. So gotta watch the cholesterol.
Did you hear what Vitello said today in his press conference?
I don't know in context of this.
So there was 2 like Cokes at the podium.
Yeah, shout out.
He was like, "Am I Nick Saban?"
Did he say that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love him. I love our baseball program. Fall ball's back. I don't mean to get away from football at all. I don't know if I could talk about Tennessee football, unfortunately, for a very long time. That's why I'm here. But yeah, fall ball. We'll get into fall ball because we still definitely have plenty to watch or talk about. Must win for all you 6-6 folk. It's a must win.
Yeah, there is another path. There is more paths to get 6 wins, but this is your easiest path is to beat this Missouri team.
Yeah, yes, and I don't think any of your next 3 games are easy wins by any means, but this is probably the only spot in the schedule that you're going to have a chance to go 2-3, right? In 3 games.
You mean 2-1?
2-1. Sorry, 2-1.
Yeah.
Well, in SEC play is what I mean, because obviously you could have done that with Pitt and Bowling Green, Pitt, Tech, or you did.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I probably need to look up the schedule before I say that for sure.
Well, I think Vanderbilt and South Alabama are in that, but when you look at the SEC, because you have Alabama, Kentucky, Georgia back to back to back. So that's your next 3 after this. Like your best case scenario, you go 1-3 or 1-2 in those.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to kind of get on a roll here, that kind of, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, you have to go 2-1, Georgia, South Alabama, Vanderbilt 2.
Yeah. So I think this Missouri win is just, it's really important, I think, for this team that you've heard a lot about kind of, I mean, if Dan Mullen's comments were real about how they fight, like I feel like this is the game where you kind of find out like what kind of fight they have, because Missouri's probably slightly in a better spot roster-wise than you. Like if you matched them up 1v1 all the way down, top to bottom, Missouri may get a little bit of an edge.
It's probably very similar.
Exactly. But I would say Missouri probably gets a little bit of an edge. I mean, you are an underdog in the game.
And they probably have a better quarterback.
They definitely have better quarterback, which is
that's part
quarterback
of
play. They definitely have better quarterback play.
Right.
That's for sure. So if you're talking about going in and getting an upset win, like we talked about upset wins, I mean, the 3 that were Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina, like this is a great place to start. On the road, it's a noon game. They say the away teams have better, they're better at noon games on analytics. Am I right? But so I mean, must win. I guess it's hard to call it a must win, but when you look at the schedule, I think, and you're in week 5, so you're able to kind of circle teams who maybe performing a little bit better than you thought, maybe a little bit worse than you thought, and you're comparing how Tennessee's played to them. I feel like you almost circle Missouri almost as a must win. And I guess when I say must, it's like for Tennessee to have the best season possible. You circle Missouri, you circle South Carolina, you circle Kentucky, you circle Vanderbilt. Those games you've got really, really good chances in. So if we're talking about having a really, really good season, yeah, I'd definitely throw them on the must win.
Yeah, because when you look down at the schedule, I mean, Ole Miss, Alabama, Georgia, those are for sure losses. So I mean, to get to that 6 game mark, you're going to have to you got to win this week. You got to win next week. Then you get Alabama, or then you get Ole Miss. So have fun with that. Then Alabama, that sucks. Then you have an off week to prepare for Kentucky. Then you got Georgia. That's not going to be great.
No.
Definitely taking the under in that game, probably.
We'll get into that in college football. I think Kentucky. I think this week's going to be weird down in Athens.
Also, Miami is terrible. I don't know.
Well, my TV's over there, but
I don't know why. Like they're so hopped up coming into this season. But
to be fair, when you left last season, you thought like this team has a chance of being pretty good.
I mean, they're terrible.
They are awful. Well, I mean,
they just had a punt and it hit the returner right on the top of the helmet.
Last year, all they could do is score points. So you were hoping they found some kind of defense. And it turns out this year they can't score points and they still don't have a defense.
Yeah, they're trash.
I almost took the under in that game.
De'Aaron King, he's out. Or did he get benched?
I don't know.
They got a new quarterback.
Did they?
I mean, I'm pretty sure unless De'Aaron King dyed his skin. This is
my
guy.
What about Bo Nix getting benched against Georgia State? That's weird, isn't it? And they ended up winning. It's almost like you can pull your starter and things happen instead of just rolling him out there for the entire time.
Is that a shot?
Yeah, Jeremy Pruitt. I'll say his name. I'll leave the quarterback out of it because apparently it's like you can only talk about grown men, but aren't they technically kind of grown men? I'm a man. I'm 40.
They can go to jail, so they can drink.
I thought obviously we didn't get to watch the Auburn Georgia State game. We thought we won a bet. Shout out Dylan. We didn't. And I then found out that Bo Nix got pulled. Not only did Bo Nix get pulled, but the what's his name?
The quarterback?
Yeah.
Finley?
Yeah. Is it JT? TJ Finley. He's starting the next week now.
Yeah.
It's weird.
He's a LSU transfer, right?
Yes. Returning to LSU for his first start at Auburn, at least.
Nice.
Yeah. Be a heck of a game. Who are the players to watch? I mean, I think you mentioned the running backs. I think Tyon Evans and Jabari Small, whoever gets the nod, gets the most touches. I think this could be a breakout. I mean, I think you could see a lot of stats going their way if they're able to play well. Yeah,
I think it looks like Tennessee's probably going to be without Cooper Mays this week. Just from him being injured, re-injuring that ankle, it just doesn't look like he will probably play this week. So whoever is thrown in at guard, do they end up moving? It's probably going to be Ollie Lane or Kingston Harris. I think Kingston Harris has an injury too. So it's probably going to be Ollie Lane at guard, Jerome Carvin at center. Does that last the entirety of the game? Or do they, say no, they're going to move Cade to guard, put Jeremiah Crawford at tackle, put Dane Davis at tackle. So I'm interested to see who that next offensive lineman is, whoever it is. Is it Ollie Lane? Can he make the most of it? Because when Ollie Lane came in, I think they moved the ball pretty well against Bowling Green.
There you go. That last 2 words there. Gotcha.
Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Hey, they won. They beat Minnesota.
They did beat Minnesota. I tried to check if by what's it called? Transitive property, if Tennessee could beat Alabama yet this season, because of the Bowling Green win. It hadn't happened yet, but it doesn't help that Ohio State's freaking choked against Oregon too.
Yeah,
because I feel like if you lined it up, I'd have to go through. I need to find out. I did it on some website that I saw today.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see if Tennessee would have beat Alabama, they wouldn't have in 2020, which is terribly sad. And they do it by points, not even just by straight wins. They do it by points. And Tennessee couldn't even do it in 2020. So every other year, Tennessee could. So
there you go. But one of mine is I think it's kind of turned into Tennessee's best deep threat is Javonte Payton. Interested to see if he can capitalize or build on that game he had last week, the 75-yard touchdown against Florida. Also had a really big catch against Tennessee Tech that went for a touchdown. So want to see more of Javonte Payton. He's had experience in this league at Mississippi State. So want to see more from him. I think he can really help this offense. And, I'm going to go with Javonte Payton as one of my players to watch. Who you got?
Am I allowed to go the obvious selection?
Sure, yeah.
Even if it's not a specific player?
Yeah.
Quarterback.
If Tennessee
wants to start winning ball games, they're going to have to get better play from the quarterback position, whoever it may be.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
I thought Hendon Hooker played pretty well last week.
No, I'm definitely not upset with Hendon Hooker's play. And I agree with you. Right now, I mean, he's a starter. I don't think there's any doubt about that. If Joe Milton's hitting the deep ball, I might see that argument out there. I was just curious, but I think, that's the thing though, is if Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton are both healthy, Hendon Hooker, if he can hit on the deep ball, I don't know if that necessarily makes him much, much better than Hendon Hooker. But if he's the guy, I think we're going to get really quality quarterback play. Can he do the things that, do you still lose? You mentioned the rushing attack that you have with Hendon Hooker. You lose that certainly, but you also gain a ton because Tennessee's receivers haven't had a problem. They didn't have a problem getting behind Florida. They didn't have a problem getting behind Pitt. They don't have a problem getting behind defenses. Tennessee just has to hit them.
And they have to catch the ball too.
And they have to catch it when it does hit them. That's a good point. But yeah, if we're talking about Tennessee getting to 6 wins, and it starts this week, it's going to be quarterback play. The difference maker is going to be is Connor Bazelak either making plays and or protecting the ball for Missouri, and is Tennessee's quarterback making plays and protecting the ball. Because if you're talking about a lot of turnovers and Connor Bazelak goes and plays a clean game, Missouri's going to win. Missouri's going to win. Unless Tyler Beatty just has a game that he's never had in his 3 years at Missouri. That's the only way. So, but if Tennessee can protect the ball, and then if you're talking about a guy also making plays, Missouri's not good enough to overcome that and beat Tennessee.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tennessee has to start pretty fast in this game. I don't
kick off turn from Velus Jones Jr.
I would love it. He's probably another guy to watch. Not only in the offense but on special teams as well. He seems like he's getting healthier and healthier each week. He's probably another one. Jacob Warren. I know I'm talking kind of receivers and tight ends, but Jacob Warren's another guy who's really benefited from being in this offense, actually getting utilized and
he's taking advantage.
The tight end is it's nice. It's nice to see. It's refreshing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's probably another guy that maybe look up some matchups and see if you can get Missouri. I know Missouri, they try to get you in 3rd and long and really come after you. I think they are one of the top teams in the SEC with 13 sacks so far this year. Tennessee's given up 12. So definitely not ideal. The offensive line has to step up this week. I think you got to take advantage of them being the second worst rushing defense in the country, and also you got to keep them off the quarterback. I think that keeping them off the quarterback, it's a lot easier to take care of the football when you're not getting hit.
Yeah. Yes. Would love to see a clean game.
Simple math.
Right. Looking at the defensive side, I mean, I think this is an important game for defensive backs. But if we're talking about a guy who I think has a chance to kind of change the tone of a game, I mean, Jalen McCullough. I think you're looking to have a big game from him, whether it be getting an interception, getting a turnover, or being a threat. Is that the right word in the run game, where he's been able to come up and make plays? He's going to be, those things are going to be required of him this week. Be supportive in the run game, and then if you can get a turnover, Connor Baselak's not just going to hand it to Tennessee's defense. So if you can go and make a play, that's going to be huge in how this game goes for Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Theo Jackson's another guy to really look out for. I mean, he's been kind of Tennessee's best defensive player up to this point. And I think he has 6.5 tackles for loss, which is insane for a defensive back. But he does so many things well. Can come off the edge. He can cover somebody. So I think especially if Tyler Beatty is that go-to guy, look for Theo Jackson to really key in on him. And so that's going to be a huge matchup for this game.
Absolutely. And I know we're talking about Tennessee players to watch, but I'm a South Doyle guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big Elijah Young fan. And as much as I'd hate to see him do well against Tennessee, I think if he's given opportunities, he's going to have a plenty of good chances to make plays for Missouri. Yeah,
they're definitely quick. Graham Morgan said, don't dress two players with duplicate numbers on the traveling team. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but it would be nice if somebody on the sideline actually pointed out that, hey, 2 number 1s are on the field at the same time.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned
it's got to be somebody's job, right?
You'd think. It's funny Graham mentioned the traveling team. You'd think, yeah, you're only taking 66 guys. Surely you can get away from the duplicates, but not the way it works. They're gonna duplicate to keep guys happy and whatever.
Yeah, that's a recruiting promises. Gotta keep those.
Are the running backs gonna be ready, Richard? It seems like they're healthy. All the talks. I know there were some questions on Tyon Evans' thumb. Jabari Small's been banged up since Pitt. I mean, all signs point to being go. So I don't think that's too big of a concern, but it definitely is a question. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Central Michigan's running back rushed for 135 yards.
I assume it was a question about healthiness because that's how I took it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it seems like they are healthier. It seems like we haven't really heard much of Tyon Evans, so it seems like he's probably a go at this point. But yeah, I'm kind of going with it. Doesn't really matter who's back there. If it's Jalen Wright, if it's D. Beckwith, Laneith Whitehead, I think everybody has a chance to be really solid.
All right, I like that. Everybody have a day.
Yeah, everybody has. Hendon Hooker, if you want to put Harrison Bailey back there, let him run the football. I mean, anybody. Terrible rushing defense. Should be ashamed of yourself.
I need to go back and look at the Boston College stats. I haven't looked at the box score for that one yet. That was a hilarious game to watch unfold, though. That's for sure. That is for sure. Anything else for the Missouri game? I know that I'm not fired up for the nooner, but I'm excited to. I don't know. Sometimes it's good to get. We talked about this. Sometimes it's good to get. It's the home noon games that suck. The away noon games I can accept.
So Boston College, they rushed for 275 yards.
Okay, that's.
Their starting running back rushed for 175.
All right, dude. If Hendon Hooker's healthy, we might bet on the Vols not just to cover but to win. Which I don't think the odds are crazy right now, but
we may do
all
night.
We may do it. I mean, why not? I saw a guy on TikTok. I was scrolling through my For You page earlier. He bet 1,500 on Florida to cover, and Tennessee almost scores that touchdown in the.
Oh my God!
Tennessee
Who
almost
did
scored a
that?
touchdown to break it. Some guy on TikTok. I actually do know who he is. I don't know him, but I actually, weirdly enough, know the guy.
High
so-
roller, huh?
I guess I need to text his buddy that I know and find out what he's doing. I'm too big of a Tennessee fan to like ever think about putting 1,500 on any Tennessee game because I know how absurdly weird that game's going to be.
Yeah, any game ever.
Yeah, but we're taking the UConn Vandy under, right?
What's it at 51?
It was stupid.
I think I have it in a teaser, and I tease it up to 58. They're never going to hit 58, so I feel.
I don't know if they'll hit 50, but I mean, unless there's just enough turnovers and pick sixes and scoop and scores.
It's going to be
special
ugly.
teams touchdowns and that crazy crap. There'll be one offensive touchdown. I'll go ahead and bet that one offensive touchdown.
Yeah, if you want to watch middle school football, you don't have to drive down to John Tarleton on Saturday. You just sit down and watch this Vandy UConn game.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun ugly. It's gonna be a lot. I love that tweet that was someone was like, you'll never understand a college football fan until you see them turn on a Vandy UConn game on a Saturday just to enjoy it. Like enjoy it in all of its glory.
I know UConn was bad, but I was like, how bad are they? And then I looked at their spread for next week against what people say is like the worst team in college football, and they're +1 against UMass.
Yikes.
I'm like, okay, they're that bad. I mean, when Vanderbilt's like, what are they, a freaking 14-point favorite?
Were they?
I
didn't even look at the spread for that game.
I mean, I almost want to take that, but I mean, how bad is this team? Do they just
Vanderbilt physically cannot score touchdowns, so that's the issue. Yeah, they're 14.5 point favorites. Vanderbilt cannot cannot for the life of them score touchdowns.
Does Vanderbilt score 14 points? What if it's 3-0 as the final score? It'd be great.
That I would love that. 3-2. I think I tweeted that for my Florida prediction. 3-2. You'd love to. I know I'd love to see that one. We are going to get into college football picks. I had to dangerously Caleb. You cannot lock all of these. That's stupid. So I only have 4, but I've got a bunch of good ones to keep an eye on that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. There's some that I'm like, I don't want to make that a lock just because I feel like I have so many,
right?
And I don't want people to be mad. But yeah, I got 4.
You don't want to ruin you got a winning percentage right now, right? You're batting over 500.
Yeah, I forget what I am. I'm not like
you're not batting 1,000 or anything, but
no, I think I'm 13-4.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, you're gonna have to start.
Well, I mean, the first 2 weeks I was 9-0.
Yeah, you're gonna start sending me your locks. I know you give them to me on the show, but I don't have time to go make them. So you're gonna have to start. I might have to get a betting account open with you and just run it through there.
There you go. Yeah, I'll be your bookie.
No, not that.
Oh,
I don't want to lose money to you. Not that. Fall ball though. Tennessee baseball is back.
It's back, baby.
Dude, Tony Vitello just knows how to get the fans going. Like he just knows. Like he knows what buttons to push.
Oh yeah, I mean, one of his first things is talking about the catcher position. And I know he's asked about it, but saying Evan Russell is working at catcher and it's been a smooth process, I'm just like, oh.
Well, we talked about it. You got to get the guys on the field some way.
Yeah, and I mean that. I will say this: that is the most difficult transition to not play that position, and then to go play catcher in college. I mean, just think somebody texted me. I couldn't imagine catching a Camden Sewell slider as a college catcher. I'm thinking about Blade Tidwell throwing, triple digits at you, or Garrett Crochet throwing triple digits at you. You've never seen that before. I think we lost Caleb for a second. You've never seen that before. And then you come in like your 5th year, 6th year, whatever Evan Russell is, super senior. That's what he is. And catch a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And then you got to worry about somebody else trying to steal on you. Lost you for a second. You good?
Sorry, yeah, it was just a video. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's a wild thing for him to have a smooth. I mean, maybe it's smooth at Vitello, but I'm sure I mean, Evan Russell is just a dog anyway, so maybe
When
it
you-
is,
you
but
said
it wouldn't be for me.
You said like being a college catcher. It's just like you haven't played that position in at least 5 years, 6 years, whatever. He's super senior.
Super senior.
However long. It's like,
Yeah.
good Lord.
Yeah,
But I mean, you can't tell me that's not a batting lineup. Like that's a batting order decision. You want that guy in your lineup. You see some other guys that you may have on your radar as a designated hitter. I'm about to sneeze. Sorry.
bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. Did we get another one? I'm a 2 sneezer. How many times do you sneeze when you sneeze?
I'm usually a twofer also.
I'm a twofer, yeah, for sure. But no, I mean that's what you love to see. We talked about it with Kiv before he left us for Houston.
He got thrown out of Omaha. He never came back.
Was he like Lane Kiffin? They left him on the tarmac. We need to have that interview. Yeah, I mean, he's like, it's gonna be interesting when you're talking about trying to get all these guys on the field in the batting lineup. Like, he's like, there are some players on this team that it's gonna suck to not be able to put on the field.
And to think Evan Russell was going to be in competition after he had such a good year last year and was kind of the hero against Vanderbilt and against LSU and teams like that. For Kyle Booker to come in, that just shows the talent Tennessee has. That Kyle Booker can come in and be in competition with Evan Russell, that he either has to DH or plays catcher. I'm sure he'll be an option in the outfield as well. But to have those guys in the lineup and also in the field, I think this team's going to be solid this year.
I think too.
I'm not saying they're College World Series, because I think a lot of stuff has to fall into place for you to get to that point. But I definitely think they're in contention to get back.
I'll say it: Tennessee College World Series. Book it, Omaha.
I like it.
But I think it says a lot about Evan Russell as a player too, a team player. Just like, I was in. Did he make it onto an All-SEC team?
I don't think.
I don't think so. I was about to say All-SEC guy, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay, but every bit of one. I mean, without the name. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'll make the move if that's what we need to do. I mean, and maybe he's upset about it, but at least he's doing it.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just good that they're like practicing. I know the season is pretty far away, but I think it's good to get these guys back. It seems like Vitello has kind of picked this team up right where they left off, and he talked about they have a bad taste in their mouth after losing the last 2 games of last year.
Is Vitello going to be the I'm trying to think of. I mean, Rick Barnes kind of did it somehow, but he always quietly did it. That year that they were like, don't pick us, but they were like rated number 1 for. It's like, how do you convince that team they're the underdog?
Right. Yeah.
Or like, golly, I'm trying to think of like, I know someone that I'm like, how you've won like how many championships and you convince the team every year that no one's picking you somehow?
Mm-hmm.
Is he that guy? He's like, we went to College World Series, but
underdog.
Like if they had won, he somehow would have been able to spin it. It seems.
Right.
They don't believe in us.
Yeah, I'm sure he's using like, hey, we lost to Vanderbilt last year. We lost to Arkansas. We lost some series that could have went either way. We need to build on that. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the pitchers they brought in, even the transfers. He talked about that a little bit, saying that he's like, I know some people kind of like me, but those guys are here because of Frank Anderson. It's nothing I did.
Hey, he's the head guy. He gets all the credit. So eat it up. Yeah. I was gonna say something about the pitching. Lost my train of thought there. Whatever. You got it. Frank Anderson. That's all that needs to be said.
I'm interested to see who this. So you got Gilbert, you got Beck, you got Russell, you got Lipsius. Who's that next guy in the lineup? Who solidifies himself as, I know Tennessee had the power last season, but like, who is the Liam Spence? Who is the Max Ferguson, Jake Rucker of this team?
If you can find any of those 3 guys, you're going to be in a really good spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Even just one of 3.
I mean, Kyle Booker is probably like right there, but like maybe Trey Lipscomb is that guy. I know he's played in the summer league and played really well. I think he played shortstop, but he'll probably be your starting third baseman this season. And he did well when he had the opportunities this past season. A lot of those midweek games hit some bombs. Had pretty good days in some of those.
I was gonna say, not all your guys are. The good thing is you're not hoping it's a newcomer. Like those guys that have been doing it the last year, maybe two. Well, not really two, I guess, but in the midweek, or they've gotten a chance in a weekend series game. They might not have started the whole weekend, but they got to play at some point and made a big play. So the good news is they're not at the level of Ferguson, Rucker, but they're there in the mix. Like it's not out of the realm of possibility that they become something like that, more consistent spark in the lineup for you.
Right, and I'm interested to see who wins the middle infield competition. You're gonna have to replace two guys that were all SEC players last season, and it's gonna be interesting. You got a lot of suitors, some newcomers in there as well. Christian Moore,
it's a big hole to fill, though, for sure.
Yeah, Seth Stevenson, Drill Ortega, Logan Steenstra. I'm missing some guys, but yeah, you got it. Cortland Lawson's another one. Definitely got some suitors in there, and we'll see kind of who emerges. Maybe that's one of the guys we're talking about at the end of this next season. That hey, he came in and won the job and was a solid contributor for Tennessee.
I hope so. Big hole.
Good damn balls.
I want to ask one more question about fall baseball. But before that, did you see the congressional game?
The what?
The congressional baseball game? Please tell me you saw tweets about it.
I did not. No, I don't think
so. Congress plays a game each year I don't know. I don't know how it's set up. Like, I don't know who's allowed and who plays in. I have no idea. But anyway, so it's like I think they typically play like Democrats versus Republicans, whatever. Yeah. I mean, these are old men, but they play at the National Stadium. I don't know the name of the stadium, but they play there. Some dude hit a home run last night. Oh, he hit a freaking bomb.
Like, are they soft tossing or are they?
No, they're, and that's the funny thing. There were some ugly pitches in it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I mean, dude, he freaking bombed it.
Dang.
And he was I don't know how old the guy was. I don't know who did it, but yeah, it was. I mean, I can't believe you didn't see the first tweet. The first tweet was from McAfee. He was like, "How in the hell what did I come across on my TV?" And it was the congressional baseball game. I didn't hear
anything about that.
They played it. They've played it. I don't know for how long, but they've done it consistently. I don't remember it ever being televised, but it was this year. You'll have to find there's a couple videos on TikTok. I'll send you the tweets if you can remind me when we got here. But yeah, it's hilarious to watch a grown man hit a home run like that is incredibly impressive. And I was like,
oh my God.
Well, that's a funny, like people were making jokes about it. I was like, yes, like make the jokes, but we do need to recognize how impressive that is to do. Like that dude's juicing.
Who is that guy? That was a freaking rip.
Dude, he mashed on that. And I hope he got the random drug test this morning. I hope they were waiting in his locker. Like, yep, you got to go piss.
I mean, the Democratic pitcher, I mean, he left it hanging, but holy crap, what a swing. That was a freaking Drew Gilbert bomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's one like, as soon as it left the bat, that's out.
Yeah. You like how he kind of, I mean, he ran like it wasn't a home run. I was like, dude, everyone else in the building knew it. Well, how did you not know it?
Yeah, it definitely needs to work on the silly a little bit. The pointing up in the air maybe isn't the best thing, but hey, I mean, you hit a home run, so you do what you want.
Yeah, you can do what you want, Landon. What do you mean? How many times did you watch the Drew Gilbert Grand Slam today?
Today, probably 25.
I was about to say, it was on my timeline a lot. I watched it a lot, so.
God, dude.
Good memories. So last thing, I did have one more question about fall ball, like I said. What day is the game in Chattanooga? It's the day of the Alabama game, isn't it?
I thought it was through the week.
Oh, was it? I thought it was a Saturday. Oh, okay. Never mind. I won't be able to go anyways. I was about to say I'd really like to go.
Yeah,
that's just
it was
unfortunate
timing. Through the week.
So is it? I would assume it's in the evening through the week. Looking it up right now, I assume.
Yes.
See, I know it's towards the end of October, like 23rd-ish. Is that a Saturday? That's not a Saturday, I don't think.
Yeah, I thought both of them were through the week. I mean, they obviously have the Orange and White World Series that is on a weekend.
So October 23rd is a Saturday. I was wrong. So if it is the 23rd, then I was right.
I'm still trying to find it. I'm not having a very good look.
So
So, yeah, the 23rd is Georgia State. Is that a Saturday?
yeah, that's Saturday.
Okay. So, yeah, that's the
the
one.
day of the
That's the
Alabama
one in
game.
Chattanooga. Yeah.
And that's the day of the Bama game. What time does it have a time for it yet?
1 o'clock.
So if that's a night game, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be going to watch the Alabama game in a bar in Chattanooga probably. That'll be a cool. I know it'll be it's just a fall game, but that'll be cool. Play in one of the nicer minor league stadiums.
And then they play Louisiana Tech in Millington on October 30th. That's a Friday?
That's the next Saturday. October 30th?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But Tennessee's off that week.
Yes, Tennessee is off that week. And they play them where?
Millington. It's right outside Shelby County.
Okay. What's in Millington? Like, what stadium are they playing in?
It says USA Stadium.
USA
It's just
Stadium.
outside of Memphis. So is it? I'm sure it's a minor league stadium of some sort.
USA Stadium and Rodeo in Millington, Tennessee. It says USA Stadium. That is a stretch of a stadium.
It's rough.
It's a naval air base, is what Graham said.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad field, but I feel like
why didn't they have the congressional game there?
the fences wouldn't have been back far enough for that guy. Can you imagine how many home runs he would have hit? It's a great pool, Graham. You just know that off the top of your head? I did some NFL.
I mean, the field looks nice. Yeah, the stadium is.
It's a stretch.
I mean, they got the lights like in the stands. Like the light poles are in the stands.
The lights were clearly installed before the stands were. That is an
100%.
obviously.
They like didn't pay to move them.
The fun part of this game, guys, is you should be looking up the pictures that me and Landon are seeing right now. Kind of like when we looked up Brian Maurer. Like visuals are important in podcasting. You'll learn.
Right.
That. Don't worry. You'll learn that. There's a couple pictures that look real nice. Like whoever took this, great marketing tool right here. Great marketing tool. Let's talk some college football though. That's all I had for fall ball. I don't know.
I just kept like scrolling right at the stadium, and like it's just like a carnival. Is that all they do here? Is
I think there's fair. I think it's a fairground.
I mean, I see goats. I see hot air balloons. Like it's.
You're just looking at the Google photos. So like someone has just uploaded those photos to that Google page, so it may not even be there. That's the fun part. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not the greatest stadium in the world, but hey, it's there. They look like they got a concession stand, so that's all you need.
Oh,
right?
perfect. Yeah.
Baseball field and concession stand.
I bet they like legit grill the hot dogs there. That's the kind of stadium it looks like. Like they've got a grill. Like hope nobody has to run out and grab gas. That kind of grill.
Yeah.
So I bet those stadium dogs are good.
Get you a chili dog.
They would have chili there, homemade, in a crock pot. That kind of, the kind of concession stand I'm talking about. So I mentioned that there were some games. Let me hear some of you agreed. You like some of the lines in this. What were some of your favorite?
First one I got Texas, baby. Texas over TCU.
Okay.
I thought Texas looked good last week. Bijan Robinson.
Is that really how you say his name?
Yeah, I think it is, actually. Dude's a stud. And -4, I'm going Texas, baby. That's a lock. Lock it down.
Okay. I definitely don't hate that at all. My first lock, Pitt, -3 over Georgia Tech.
Oh man,
I know. I feel like that's a trap because they saw Pitt lose to, was it Western Michigan?
Yeah.
So it's overcorrecting. I don't think Pitt loses to Georgia Tech. So if they win by less than 3, I'll eat that loss.
Okay. I like that.
That's my lock. And I don't think they'll lose by less or win by less than 3.
My next lock, Notre Dame. Money line.
Oh, wow.
Over Cincinnati.
Okay. Are the Cincinnati favored in it?
Yeah.
Or are you just taking a little bit of money? Wow. I would.
It's like
yeah.
plus like 110.
Where are they playing that game at this week? Since apparently Notre Dame can't play in their own stadium.
It's at Notre Dame.
Wow.
So they're playing at home. Favorite, dude. Lock it down. It's happening.
Lock it. I like that. What do you think? Speaking of Western Michigan, I wanted to ask y'all, what do we think about the Western Michigan Buffalo over 60?
I like how much did Buffalo put up against was it Coastal?
Yeah, they hit the over, but I think it was mostly Coastal of like 62. No, they didn't. That was the game it didn't hit. That was the game it didn't hit. 25. They only scored 25. I was thinking they only scored 24, but I thought Coastal won by more. So that's the only one that's ruined my Coastal system. No.
Why is Western Michigan's like W look like the Washington football team?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's very dumb. Very dumb. That wasn't a lock. I wanted to get your thoughts on that one, and we were talking Western Michigan. My next lock, Duke, +20 UNC. Duke's bad. North Carolina's not going to beat them by 20.
Yeah, it's a rivalry game too.
It ain't going to happen.
What about the under in that game?
Well, 63?
72.5.
Oh, wow. That's got to hit, right? You guys should always take advice from the betting guy that goes, that's got to hit, right? You should always listen to him.
Yeah, I just saw that. I don't have
You
that
weren't
game
planning on
played, but yeah, I mean,
I'm not
I'll
certain
probably.
that. I'm gonna note to come back to that. 72.5.
I mean, maybe it's a typo, but that seems like a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm sure FanDuel or DraftKings has that. Oh, sorry, bleep that out.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've got some.
It's going down to 62 as soon as we log on.
My next one, next one. A&M -7 or Mississippi State.
I like that.
That again feels like a little bit of a trap, but Mississippi State's not playing good either.
Yeah, they're not.
I like A&M to win by.
I think A&M's defense can probably outscore Mississippi State's offense.
It's certainly possible. Feels like again kind of an overcorrection from the Arkansas loss.
Right. My next one is South Carolina -6.5 over Troy. South Carolina's not good, but neither is Troy.
Neither is Troy, and maybe they're looking at that ECU game as kind of proof, but ECU is better than Troy.
Right.
Much better than Troy.
Now, Troy did beat Liberty, and I think that's why this line – or no, they lost to Liberty 21-13. They lost to Louisiana Monroe. I just got to – you got to go South Carolina's defense stops Troy.
That's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
Right.
It's not a lot. And of course, my last lock. I mean, you know it. We all know it. We all love it. We all live it. Chant it with me. Coastal over. Ride it out, baby. I'm telling you, system works. System works. Also, it's incredibly low. What is that? What did I get it at? It was like 50. It was fine and dandy. I didn't even write it down. I know it's going to hit. I didn't have to sweat it out. That's when you know a bet's definitely going to hit. When you don't even look at it. You just place it.
You ready for my last one?
I want to hear it.
Florida -7.5 over Kentucky.
I think so too.
I think Chris Rodriguez, he fumbles way too much. I think this defense is going to make it really difficult on Levis and Rodriguez. And I don't think they're able to contain Emory Jones either. And Richardson's back. Elam's back. I just think I'm riding Florida. I don't think they've been beaten. I'm going to knock on wood in Lexington since like 1985 or something stupid like that.
I'm shocked they've ever lost in Lexington.
So
kudos to you, Kentucky, getting some wins.
So, yeah, I'm going to go Florida minus 7.5. I think they win this by at least 10 points, 10 to 14 probably.
I like that one. I don't know if I may have to ride with you for 13-4, but I do like it at least. What in the world did I get the over 57 was the Coastal. They play Louisiana Monroe. Over 57. That feels low to me. I like it. I'm riding it. Oh God, they're offering me a cash out option for Pitt. What happened there? Oh Lord.
Like above what you put in?
No, not above, but I feel like whenever they're offering you that, they're like, hey, I guess they're telling you it may hit, is what they're telling you, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not giving me an option for Arkansas to cover.
They don't want you to win it. They want you to take it out now.
Yeah. They're not giving me the option for Arkansas to cover plus 18.5. They're not. They like that one. They're keeping that money in the bank. I think what's weird about that Arkansas, I have Arkansas to cover because I know this sounds stupid. I know what you all are about to say, but I mean, by God, how can you not have a little bit of faith in Sam Pittman now? Like, how can you just announce?
And 18.5?
No, I'm talking about winning.
Oh, you're putting them to win?
No, I'm not putting it. I'm just saying, like you
have a little bit of faith.
Is there not a part of you that's like, I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it's Sam Pittman in Arkansas. Like in Sanford? Like, I don't know, man. I'll say this. I have more faith this week that Arkansas will beat Georgia than Ole Miss will beat Alabama. And I feel like that's an easy take to make. But I know a lot of people are kind of riding the lane train into Tuscaloosa right now.
Right.
And I think Arkansas has a better chance than Ole Miss.
I like that. I wouldn't like put money on that.
Hey, we're not. I know we're talking betting,
but I have picked Arkansas to cover minus 18.5. I think they're a good football team, and if a good football team loses by 19 or more points, you take that risk.
This is going to be that game. I feel like it's going to epitomize college football. It's like one team that's at the bottom tier of the SEC. I know they're playing better this year, but in my mind, they're still Arkansas right now. Like, you got to go win something of significance, in my opinion.
Right.
And then you have Georgia, who's played in SEC championship, national championships recently.
Wait, they beat A&M? They beat Texas?
I'm just saying, until you go and or you got to do this consistently if you want to get out of the bottom of the SEC. Like, look at Tennessee. Like, they had pretty good years in 15, 16, and you 1 year is not good enough to pull you out of the dungeon. No, not by any means. But I mean, but that's what makes college football fun. Like, they've built enough to maybe knock off Georgia this year. Would they do it next year? They may not. Could they have done it last year? Hell no. But like this year, it might be the perfect window. This might be the perfect meeting. Arkansas is rolling. Georgia, though, I still don't have faith in their offense. But I mean, you've got to have confidence after scoring 62 points, no?
Yeah. It was on Vanderbilt, but
you've got to have some confidence. That's why you schedule those games, right? Get some confidence. Bless you.
I agree. Get some confidence. That's what Tennessee needs. Get some confidence, baby.
Desperately.
Your allergies bad too?
No. I don't really have allergies. I just not bad, at least. Not bad. Not like yours at all.
Your
allergies suck. Yeah,
they do.
I've got a couple games I like too that I'm not willing to put as locks. I may bet them. I've bet a few already. Looking at a few. First one's Iowa -3 over Maryland.
I like that one.
I like that one.
I'm playing that one as well.
That's one I've played. Another one I've played, I'm not willing to call it a lock, Minnesota +2.5 Purdue. And I think I may just touch money line on that. I think I already bet 2.5. So I think I may just, may put some on the money line. I don't know. It's one of those that I'm kind of willing to lose on. So I won't bet a full unit on it. It's just, I think Minnesota has a really good chance to win the game. So,
okay.
I mentioned the Western Michigan Buffalo over. My last one, I jokingly with Chad, like, is it the system? Is Rutgers to cover the system? It's 15 points. Rutgers has covered in every game this year. Part of me feels like they've got a chance to cover this week.
Man, I don't know. I just don't like if it was any other team besides like Ohio State.
That's fair.
And I don't think Ohio State's that great this year, but I just don't like. It's hard for me to try that system out against Ohio State.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, you got to ride the systems in the highs and the lows, though, Landon.
That's true. That's true.
You gotta ride it. I did do the Vanderbilt under, by the way. Like, lock it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
I think my next one is one that I like. I like Ole Miss plus 14.5 over Alabama.
I agree.
I do. I think that's a lot of points for a really good team. And if that good team loses by 2 touchdowns, you take your losses. Like,
Well, if they win by just by 2 touchdowns, you win. So
right. Yeah. I guess a little more than 2 touchdowns. You take that. You take that bet. I like Michigan plus 2 or against Wisconsin. It is at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's 1-2. I just don't like. They have lost Penn State, but they got blown out by Notre Dame last week.
So you took Michigan State to cover, to win, or
Michigan.
Michigan State,
Yeah.
Michigan.
I took them to cover.
I looked at that. I like that one.
But I do like money line too because I like Blake Corum. I don't know. Cade McNamara isn't great, but what quarterback is great at Michigan? So yeah, I'm riding Blake Corum. He gets it done over Wisconsin. Wisconsin's defense is good, but
yeah.
So I mean, I kind of like the under in that. It's probably like 30 points, but
agreed. That's all the ones I really like that I'll probably throw some money around at this week. I like that Texas pick. I think I'm gonna go with you. I think I'm gonna tail that. So, couple of games that I don't know if we didn't mention them that I've got circled on mine this week. Baylor and Oklahoma State. I think going to be a good game. Auburn LSU. I don't know if it's not the late game, but Washington and Oregon State, and then the late game Arizona State and UCLA. I think are all going to be good games. Arizona State and UCLA have both been fun to watch this year.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun late Saturday. And then you mentioned Cincinnati Notre Dame. I'm curious to see just kind of like what gives this week.
Also kind of like West Virginia -7 over Texas Tech. That's another one I might throw some money at.
Might throw it on. Okay.
Wake Forest is another one. I rode Wake Forest last week. They won me $155. So
on one bet or a parlay?
One bet.
Oh.
I had a free $100.
Okay.
I bet on that. So yeah.
Gotcha. And then what do you think about Friday night BYU covering against Utah State? I think it's 13.5. How do we feel about that game?
BYU's good.
BYU's good.
I think it's
a lot of points.
I think it's 9.5 now.
Oh, it's down. Maybe it wasn't 13.5. I thought it was closer to 2 touchdowns. I really made it 9.5. I was thinking they needed to score 2 touchdowns or win by 2 touchdowns. Okay. All right. Now you really got me thinking. That's a lot of money to put down on Friday night. I may do a Friday night parlay. That's what we'll do. Maybe a teaser.
Yeah, maybe do a Houston, BYU. Iowa, BYU money line.
Oh, you're getting Houston in on it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you do it. Oh, so Houston's not the favorite.
Oh, even better. Let's spice this parlay up. Tulsa has played good this year. So should we just go Tulsa?
They lost to Cal Davidson? Or Cal Davis?
So do we go Tulsa then? Uh-oh. You're talking to guys who have not watched BYU, Tulsa, and Houston.
I have watched BYU. I would definitely take that.
I'm just talking about them all. No, I'd take Iowa to win. I would take Iowa money line every day of the week. Iowa money line, BYU money line. Houston and Tulsa though, I don't know. Tulsa.
Well, let's go with Ross Kiven. Let's go with Houston, baby.
That gets our odds up good. Plus 432 on DraftKings for that parlay.
That's pretty good. $5 when you over $20. There you go.
I'm thinking 2 units on it, baby.
Oh, you going 10?
No,
You going
10's my
20?
unit this year, baby. Yeah.
Oh man, you
I'm
got
thinking
some big kahunas on you.
that's just gonna make Friday night more fun, right?
If I'm throwing 2 units, I'm just gonna do 2 teams. So I'll probably do. You did it. Oh,
I did it.
I'll probably do
Let's
Iowa
go.
and BYU. What's Iowa BYU money lines? What's that?
Not gonna be great. I mean, you might still be in the minus. No, I mean you'll be in them because they're both. BYU's heavy favorites. I was thinking a plus 108.
It's pretty good.
You barely make your money back, just barely. Or you make a little bit more than your money back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nah, that's barely making your money back. You gotta really just go after it. You gotta attack. Dude, did I tell you? I mean, I think Jonathan told you about the guy that sat behind us at the Pitt game. He yelled attack the entire game.
I love it.
I was like, I just want to know. I hope that isn't just a one game thing. I hope he's yelled that at every game since Johnny Majors.
Probably has.
Dude, I wanted to win that game for 2 reasons. I like winning. Number 2, so I could be like, that guy left early for that.
That's awesome.
I'm so sorry if you guys know the guy I'm talking about. I feel like I described him really well. So, great guy. He was nice. Do we have any questions?
I don't think so. I'll check and make sure, but I don't think we did when I checked earlier.
Okay.
Nope, no questions.
Let's move into what's trending. My first one, throwback uniforms.
Here you go.
Dude, everyone's getting them. Boise State's gotten them this week. Stanford's gotten them this week. Sure, I'm leaving some other people out. You've seen some great throwbacks this year in college football. I just want Tennessee to have some. But throwbacks, glorious. Arizona State has some awesome ones. BYU has some every year. Trying to think if anyone else have had.
I kind of like Virginia's isn't bad either.
Oh, do they have throwbacks on right now?
Yeah, like they're the old school numbers.
Okay.
Oh man, they just dropped a punt too. They got it back.
But they're beautiful. Love them. And everyone's got them now. It's not going to be a fad anymore. Everyone's just doing it. Or I guess
definitely need some. Mine is Michael Wilbon going after Lane Kiffin.
What a weird thing to like. I don't know. I guess there's
First
only
of
so
all,
many things you can talk about every day of the week.
The other day, I was like, I'm today's years old that PTI is still a show. Like, I did not know it was still a show. I thought when, like, ESPN laid off, like, all those shows, got rid of them, like, that would be, like, one of the first ones to go.
It was one of their – I mean, it's one of their more expensive ones.
Maybe they're just, like, grandfathered in. They're so old.
They have those good contracts, what that's called.
I'm just like, dude, yeah, what a weird – like, and Lane was just like, okay, whatever.
He's definitely upset about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's acting like that, but he's gone. Which I know they're asking him that every interview he's been in, but he's happy to answer. We'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say he's not like a good coach.
No, you don't. I mean, I didn't see all of Michael Wilbon's comments. I just saw the ones that have been tweeted about. Which I know they were pretty short, but yeah, I mean, he's coaching the number 12 team in the nation. He's not.
Right.
He's not a
joke.
Yeah, he's not a nobody. So let's pump the brakes on that.
He's been a joke everywhere he's been. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, even Feinbaum said to Lane Kiffin, he's like, yeah, if you maybe said that 5 years ago, I mean, he might have a point, but yeah, like you said, I mean, he's coaching the number 12 team in the country. He went to his rehab facility in Tuscaloosa, and then, now he's freaking.
I was like, Lane Kiffin's been to rehab?
No.
You threw me off there.
Coaching rehab.
As soon as you said Tuscaloosa, I picked up on it. But during that sentence, I was shocked and confused. My next one, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Did you even know that he was still, speaking of today years old, did you even know until he's like, also, I don't know if does he have authority to just go and arrest Brian Laundrie? How does that work?
I saw a tweet today. They're like, if Dog the Bounty Hunter finds Brian Laundrie, I'm never paying taxes again.
I don't want him to. Well, actually, no, I'll take it back. He's already jumped the shark. Like, people are going to be doing this now for manhunts. I'm sure we'll have manhunts. But if he finds Brian Laundrie, we are effed. Like, people, anytime there's any kind of crime, people are going to go out and just arrest someone for view, for TikTok, because that's what he's doing. I mean, do you see him fly that plane?
Oh, yeah, he wants.
And I'm like, you think Brian Laundrie's going to see that? Is that like.
I love that he, like, there was some report that he found a Monster energy drink can. It's like, what? It could be anybody's.
Well, you don't know.
Oh,
is there was a note in there.
Yeah.
Property of Brian Laundrie.
Right.
I love it. Do you have any more what's trending?
I think that's it.
I've got Georgia Southern. Dude, I talked about this on Sunday, didn't I? Dang it, I did, because we talked about the yellow school bus, which I still have not exactly found out the tradition behind it. My last one then, Dolly Parton. She's just, well, first off, she's Dolly Parton. She's Queen. She's Queen D, if you will.
DP.
Oh, yeah. She's back on Twitter trending. She tweeted at Ted Lasso. She took a picture with Lil Nas X. Like, she is in the mix. I love Dolly Parton. There is nothing I wouldn't do for Dolly Parton. I'm going to tell you right now.
That's that's so. You went Ted Lasso to Lil Nas X.
Well, did you see her tweet? Her and Ted Lasso went back and forth.
I did see that.
And then she had a picture with Lil Nas X and was like, apparently he sang Jolene. Is that true?
Did he?
I mean, there's probably just like a TikTok video of it. But she was like, it was really good. I love him. And she tweeted it out.
Also, where's Dolly Parton traveling?
I'm sure she's all over.
You think
She's
she
still
travels
like
that much?
Oh yeah. She lives in Nashville.
Do you think Lil Nas X was in Nashville, or do you think she went and saw him to take a picture? And like, what was the interaction? Like, I know they took a picture, but like, how long is she hanging out with Lil Nas X? That's what I want to know.
They might have partied all night. You don't know. So I guess, did she take a picture with him? I swore I saw one. Did you?
No, I did. I did not see anything.
Maybe I made that up. I swore I saw a picture of them.
She's too busy watching Ted Lasso. She's not going to go see Lil Nas X.
It's great. She has great taste. Okay, so this must have been an old picture. So maybe I just saw someone tweet about it. But here it is. I mean, they're backstage somewhere at a show.
Old Town Road.
Yeah. So
he was probably at Nashville for sure.
It does look very. The dress looks very.
I think that's a Tennessee in the background.
I think that's a Tennessee State Trooper behind her. Yeah, there's 8. There's 8 bachelorettes. Oh, and a bride. Found the bride.
There you go.
How many did you think we saw Friday night in the 15 minutes we were on Broadway?
I mean, probably 8.
That was an impressive feat to go onto Broadway and not even look at a bar.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we were looking for a bar, but not even look at a bar and just leave. That's a power move if I've ever seen one.
We just made our presence and hit the road.
Did I tell you I found the Mercer volleyball team Saturday night?
You did. You told me. And you found Tony P.
No, I keep tabs on Tony P at all times. That's my guy.
We share a location.
I'm really disappointed no one answered my question in the group chat.
Tony P actually posted a Instagram thing today, and I just commented Tony P on his on his picture.
I love it.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, like
just
anybody
like it.
Like the person that's the most electric at a wedding is Tony P.
No, screw that. Tony P is Tony P. Everyone's gonna know who Tony P is. He's a legend. He's your friend. He's my friend. He's the greatest, best man of all time. His name's Tony P.
I hope like a year from now, like he's actually like this mythological character. Like he's
Oh, he will be. He'll be like when we convinced Katie that we had a friend named Creed. Like that'll be what he is to us.
Tony P's going to come back to the tailgate. He's been.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is I feel like he's going to be
all about that.
And no, I love Tony. No hate here when I say this. I kind of wish we never saw him again because, like you said, he would turn into this mythological creature. I feel like he's going to be like around now. Like we're going to see him once or twice a year, and he's going to be the Tony P who he is.
Where does
There's
Tony
nothing
P
wrong with
live?
that. Georgia, I think.
Oh, he does. Okay, so he doesn't live in Nashville.
Oh, he definitely doesn't. Did you said you saw his Instagram post? He said like anytime I've been in Nashville.
That's right. I mean, I just looked at the picture and just commented Tony P. There wasn't
Idiot.
I didn't look into.
Dumb over here. Stupidity's an epidemic.
Dude, I don't have any.
Nothing stupid happening this week, huh?
Not a lot. I mean, I haven't been on Twitter a ton.
I know. I hate that I haven't been on Twitter a ton either. It's really bothered me, actually. Can we talk about the tweet? Colors may change, but always pulling for these guys right here. What a weird thing to tweet.
Wait, what?
You didn't see it?
Uh-uh.
Colors may change, but always pulling for these guys right here with the 4 transfers. And the guy that's also never at Tennessee for a reason I won't say on here. I don't know. It's just a dumb thing to tweet out. Like I don't dislike Tennessee fans should not be there. It's like you should just ignore those guys. Just unfollow them on Twitter. You'd never see it. But it was a weird thing to tweet for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I had James Robinson under, and that's already gone. So that's cool.
It's pretty impressive. Who scored the first touchdown?
James Robinson.
He did score. Good for him. Trevor Lawrence just doesn't look like he belongs in a NFL uniform. Am I wrong?
He's 7 for 10 right now.
I'm just saying what he looks like. I didn't say he's playing.
Yeah, he looks like Jar Jar Binks.
He does look like Jar Jar Binks. He does look like Jar Jar Binks. Guys, appreciate you listening. As always, it's been fun. It's been real. Hey, I said that wrong, so it's hard to finish it, but hadn't been real fun, that one. You know it. We'll be back on Sunday after a Tennessee win. Speak it into existence. I do believe Tennessee has a good chance. It is a noon game. I hope everyone gets up early, starts early. We'll call it a warm-up, not pre-game. We'll call it a warm-up for the day because it's going to be a good day of college football too. I'm excited for that Ole Miss-Alabama game. Mentioned those late games. You've got Georgia and Arkansas at noon too if the Tennessee game gets too ugly. So a lot of good football.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be at Old City Sports Bar bright and early if you want to come watch it with me.
Okay.
Have some friends there, and we'll start early.
Hell yeah. I like it, brother.
Watch Tennessee win, and then we'll win some money. Be a great day. Taking it to the bank. Guys, that's all we got. Thanks for listening. We're bringing the